Hello everybody. I get to hang out with a big old Ram. This is a 1995 Dodge Ram 2500 four-wheel drive diesel. It's the 5.9 Cummins. That's the one you want, or so I'm told. I'm not really a diesel guy, but we'll check this one out. You know, do all the things right. Comment below on all the things I get wrong. This car is for sale, and when I say car, I mean truck. It's going to be over at auction, so follow the link in the description below. And yeah, it's cool. It's big. It's got some good things going for it, namely that it's a diesel 4x4 regular cab long bed. That's pretty rad. It's far from perfect though. It's got 191,000 miles. It's got truck stuff, right? It's got some dings and dents. It's been kind of strategically repainted in a number of spots. We'll check that out. The bed has seen some use, but it has been bed lined. Brand name Rhino liner to be specific. And yeah, you know, there's imperfections, right? There's like there's a crack in the paint here, a small dent. Might be a little bit of filler in this panel, which is, and then it got bumped later and cracked. Definitely sounds like metal, but it does feel like there might be a little bit of filler there, and that's why that crack is there. There's a run in the paint here, and there's a lot of that throughout this truck. I don't know if this truck's been fully repainted, but you can see there's signs that it has been resprayed, and not the best respray. It's not coming off the truck. I'm sure that's probably why this truck got painted in a couple of spots to begin with. If you know Dodge of this era, clear coat falling off of it. See some bubbles here. Pretty common, very common actually, because it does seem the majority of this truck, you can see a run here, has been repainted in like a single stage white. You know, it's got a appliance texture to it, I'll put it that way. Not the nicest paint job. You can see on the roof, which is still quite dirty because I wasn't able to wipe it down. This truck's been sitting for a few weeks, and this is a really dusty spot over here, so I gave it a quick wipe down. I'm not that tall, but you can see the edge of the roof here. Paint's pretty thinned out over there. All of this is to say that, you know, this truck's still a pretty good 5-footer. I mean, we're back here, big old white truck. Still presents well. Underneath it, you can see it's been in California for a while. It's got a mystery lift kit on here, so it does have a lift. How much, I don't know. I don't know, what is that, 2 inches, 3 inches? Probably not that much. Maybe 2-inch lift. But yeah, body looks good, frame looks good. There are some modifications made. You can see this aftermarket kind of deep sump transmission oil pan. A little bit of seepage on it, but it's not dripping. It's got this aftermarket bumper on it. Big old heavy duty guy. It does have a trailer brake controller, and we've got a 7-pin connector. That's good. Let's check out in here. And I'm in the way, so I'm gonna have to move. Hey, look at that Ranger. All right, BRB. Okay, the Ram has been repositioned. No longer in the way until I am. such is life. So yeah, 191,000 miles, about to be 192. I'm gonna take the key out of the ignition, so that will stop. And interior, I mean, if you know these Rams, the interiors were kind of known for exploding and falling apart. This one actually seems to be pretty good. You can tell this one's, the cloth here is a little bit different, so it's been patched. But seats are in good shape. Got this like add-on cup holder arrangement on our center console here. But yeah, seats look really good. The dash, again, if you know these trucks, you know the dashes just explode. They're made of like this super unique plastic that just likes to turn to dust. And this one, it's cracked, but you know, you can see someone's had this cover on it for a while, because normally these don't crack, they crater. I mean, I can't stress enough how bad the plastic on these Ram dashes is. Yeah, they normally do much more than just crack. They normally genuinely explode. So it's about as good as one of these gets, and I suspect it's had this carpeted cover on here forever. See, there's a crack in the glove box door here. There's the trailer brake controller I was talking about. So somebody added that at some point. Same with the aftermarket JVC stereo. Same with these gauge pods. Transmission temp, exhaust temp, boost gauge. Now, I don't know all of the history on the mods on this truck. We'll pop the hood and we'll poke around and see what we can make sense of. But yes, there is some stuff going on there, and little bit of sagginess on the headliner here. I'm like 5'11"-ish, and when I sit here, my head doesn't hit it. It is, you know, however much room that is. I can't see up there from here. Anyways, yeah, it doesn't seem to really bother me. If you're significantly taller, maybe you'll need to take care of that, and it's not going to get better, so eventually you will have to take care of it. Let's take care of starting it. This isn't a cold start. I'd moved it around a little bit. You just saw me move it out of the way of that truck driver. But it's a mostly cold start. We'll do a true cold start before the drive. I will say this steering wheel needs to be recovered. It has this real tree camo cover on here, which isn't really my type of hype, but you can see somebody is like baseball bat wrapped and just like gaffer tape wrapped this steering wheel. So I suspect this leather's pretty well cooked. I'd replace that. Otherwise, idle's away. When we do the cold start, we'll do that in the morning. We'll see how that works. I have noticed sometimes it's a little cold-blooded, which, you know, diesel problems, right? But, you know, if it's been sitting a while and it's cold out and you start it and give it at least 90 seconds to kind of idle away, if you try and just immediately get up and go, I have had it stall a couple of times on me. Windows. They go up, they go down. Let's see, we've got lights, high beams, signals, door locks. Oh, look at that. Makes a noise, but they're not locking. So, good to know. AC should be working. Got that to cold, got that there. Okay. Well, it is cold, but it's only coming out of the defroster and my feet. So This Blendor is not working. It's not changing. Now, so it's basically there at all times. I can feel it at my feet. It's definitely coming out there. It is cold, so the air conditioning works. But that's where it's coming out of, which I suppose that's, if it's gonna get stuck somewhere, that's about it, because you get some and the windshield gets some, which is good. But, and I can feel this knob turning. It's not like the knob is spinning. It's clicking. It's the actual knob is knobbing. So I don't know on these if it's electrically actuated. I don't know how the Blendor works on these, but note that, please. Let's look under the hood, and then let's drive. I wasn't gonna try and talk over that, so why don't we just hop in and go for a drive and see what the big girl does. All right, let's go. Alrighty, on the diesel Ram, she's a little cold-blooded, so we'll do like a true cold start. We'll let it idle for a minute before we go for a drive. Sometimes if you don't let it get warm, you try and give it throttle, it'll actually die. Which it's not doing now, which is good. All right, why don't we get behind the wheel and skedoodle. Let's ram. All right, let's go. It's not fast. It's also enormous. but it makes good diesel noises. It's showing like 20 pounds of boost on the gauge. That feels like a lot to me, but again, I don't know anything about these diesel Rams and largely diesels in general. So maybe that's not a lot. I don't know, you tell me. Okay, that is the diesel Ram experience. It's big, it's slow, it's vibraty and clattery, but that's kind of why those aren't bugs, those are features if you're looking for a big full-size 90s Dodge diesel Ram. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. The paint is not great. You know, the dash is cracked, but like for one of these, it's got good bones. It seems to be pretty well put together as far as these Rams hold up. And so, yeah, if that sounds like the kind of Ram that you want, check out the auction, link in the description, all of the things, bid often, bid early, and yeah, thanks for enjoying the Ram with me. All right, thanks guys.